Satnam and welcome. My name is Ann Taylor. It is my honor to lead you in Kundalini Yoga today. We are at week 3 of our solar series, The Portal of Light, and today we arrive at the summer solstice. It was just a few hours ago, several hours ago at this point, and we're experiencing joy for the fullness of the sun, at least in the northern hemisphere, where just about everybody is watching. And it also is Father's Day. So whether you are a physical, biological father or you are creating something with that masculine creativity energy, I wish you a good day on that note too. Since the beginning, from March, April, May, we're now at basically the climax of this seasonal arc that we've been working on and experiencing at a somatic level. And just as today's the longest day, it also holds the seed of the darkness. So we're not meant to just stay in the light all the time, although we're certainly going to celebrate it today. But it's the threshold point, coming into the fullness of the moment, the fullness of the sun. And across the centuries, across cultures, people have celebrated this in numerous ways, often including having bonfires and jumping over the fire and just really celebrating around the light. And so, but it's a paradox because it also contains the seed of the darkness. And the sun is one of humanity's oldest symbols. And from a Jungian psychology, which many of us are working with in some way, and if not, that's fine. I like to bring the Western perspective into the Eastern tradition of Kundalini Yoga. The self is symbolized by the sun often, certainly in the alchemical texts of olden times, which Jung drew upon extensively. And so he proposed that underneath our ego, there exists a deeper center in our being, and its symbol is the sun, the heart as the sun, the heart as the inner light. So we'll be working with these themes today. And I love to go beyond just the intellectual, or when we discuss these things and think about these things, and experience it through our body. So we are going to be starting with a pranayama, a 4-stroke breath for meditative balance, to kind of get us grounded before we start the practice. And it's a very fine practice. It's both a meditation, and because it uses breath work, it's also pranayama. It is going to involve the sun finger, the ring finger energy. From there, we're going to move on to Surya Kriya. Surya is the sun, so it is the sun Kriya. We'll then go into a nice deep relaxation and visualization. And then we're going to finish it with a meditation for joy, as celebrating. And also in the yogic traditions, Atman was also symbolized through the sun. Atman being very analogous to the self, that is with a capital S. The Atman is not a personality, it's not masculinity, it's the radiance of consciousness itself, the light of awareness and the eternal witness to what we do. Let's prepare to tune in with the Adi mantra, and then we'll start with the 4-stroke breath pranayama. And then I have a quote before we get started, though. This is from Carl Jung's Symbols of Transformation. He wrote, "The individuation process involves changing into a figure who passes from joy to sorrow, from sorrow to joy, and like the sun, now stands high at the zenith, and is now plunged into the darkest night, only to rise again in new splendor. So it's a beautiful quote to serve as an introduction for our practice, and know that we're not meant to be in the light all the time. Wholeness is not remaining in the light endlessly. We need to participate in the rhythm of going between the light and the dark, just as the seasons do, just as nature does. And now let's rub the palms of the hands together as we tune in with the Adi mantra, chanting Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo 3 times. And we'll follow that by the mantra for protection. And if you're watching this in the future, and the mantras are alien to you and they seem a little bit odd, just roll with it and just let the vibrations wash over you. Check sitting bones are nice and anchored. Spine is straight so the energy can flow. Chest is out, chin is in. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale. And inhale to tune in. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Adgarename, Shugadgarename, Satgarename, Sri Gurudevainame. Adgarename, Shugadgarename, Satgarename, Sri Gurudevainame. Adgarename, Shugadgarename, Satgarename, Sri Gurudevainame. Inhale deeply. Exhale, relax the hands down. Just keep your eyes closed for a moment. As we've now opened the sacred circle, just energetically pass energy to the people in our practice together today and beyond. Feelings of appreciation, whatever you may be feeling in your heart, compassion, opening, energetically share that with everyone as we are practicing as one. Okay, the 4-stroke breath for meditative balance. This is a great pranayama to also break through blocks. If there has been something blocking you, this meditation helps to just cut through it. And if you've been working on things or you keep kind of getting stumbled, this meditation is a great one to do now and going forward to release those blocks and cut through. The eyes will be 9/10 closed, so just barely open. The breath pattern will be to inhale deeply through the nose and then exhale through the nose in 4 equal strokes. So it'll be a slow inhale and then exhale in 4 sniffs or strokes. And I will show you the mudra. And if for 4 strokes, rather than counting, sometimes people find it helpful to mentally chant sa, ta, na, ma. So each stroke has sa, ta, na, ma. Okay, so we're going to put our hands together and then bend just the ring finger. So the thumbs are not crossed. So my little finger's broken. So the pinkies are extended, if that's confusing to you. Okay, so it's just like that. That is the mudra. And I will time us. Again, inhale 1 stroke, exhale 4 strokes. And let's begin. You're going to go at your own pace. The arms are held out from the body at about a 60-degree angle. Keeping the eyes 9/10 closed, just a small slit remains open. Getting grounded in our bodies, allowing the energy to break through blocks as we prepare for the Surya Kriya. The word yoga comes from the word yur, Y-U-R, which means to yoke. And what are we yoking? We're yoking the finite part of ourself to the infinite. It's very similar to the Jungian idea of the ego self-access, where there's an alignment. There's a reversal of power. The central organizing principle of the self is symbolized by the inner sun, by the cosmic sun. If the mind is wandering, simply notice and come back to the breath and let the mind follow the breath. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Relax the hands down and allow the eyes to remain closed, focused at the brow point, and just be with your experience. Notice if you're feeling more grounded. And now slowly come standing. We will do a few rounds of sun salutation. I will be doing the most basic. It is not one of my strong points. If you know the more elaborate forms of sun salutation, please feel free to do those. So I will be coming partly out of the screen, but I can talk you through that portion. Begin by raising your arms over your head, exhaling down, and then coming into a flat tabletop. Bring the hands down and coming into a plank position or push-up. Hopefully you can just do it in one graceful move. And then come into cobra. And then kick it back to triangle pose. And then if you're able to hop up to your hands, do so. And begin the cycle again. For those of you in the class, Pam is very good at sun salutation, so you might peek in and see what she's doing. And continue for a couple more rounds. Surya Kriya has quite a bit of sitting, so it's good to get a little bit of stretching in before we get started. Excellent, very nice, beautiful. And finishing the round you're on. When you're finished, just come sitting into easy pose. Very nice, excellent. Surya Kriya, Sun Kriya. This also helps to systematically activate, stimulate the pranic, positive pranic force and the Kundalini energy. We're going to begin with sun breath. So as many of you know, the right side of the body, the right nostril breathing, we're working with the solar energy. And so very simply, placing the left hand in Gyan Mudra, you can use either. We're going to be blocking off the left nostril and inhaling and exhaling through the right nostril only, long, deep breathing. So if it's easier for you to block with your left, that's fine, either way. Just again, checking your posture, long, deep breathing through the right nostril, the sun breath, opening up the belly on the inhale, bringing the breath all the way up, and then reversing and pulling the navel in gently at the end of the exhale. Eyes are closed, focused at the brow point. And let's begin. Sun breath. It's a very powerful day to do yoga. According to the Eastern traditions, this is a wonderful time to meditate, journal, go inward, practice your yoga. And it's wonderful that it happens to fall on our day of practice. This is an excellent practice when you need to sharpen your mind, when you need more focus, when you need to kind of clear the cobwebs out. Practice sun breath. Keeping the breath nice and deep. If your mind wanders, come back to the breath. And inhale and return to a normal breath. Allow the eyes to remain closed, dropping out, keeping out of your head as much as possible during the practice, and feeling the experience of Surya Kriya. And now come into rock pose, please, or a variation that you use thereof. Remembering that you can use a pillow between your heels and buttocks to take some pressure off the knees, or if need be, you can remain in easy pose. We're going to do 2 rounds of Sat Kriya. And just as a reminder, the exercise follows a mantra. On the Sat, pull the navel point in, Sat, Nam, and then release on the Nam. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. The mudra, interlace the fingers, extend the Jupiter or the index finger, and cross the thumbs. Women, left thumb over right, men, right over left. So it looks like this. The eyes are closed, focused at the brow point in the default position, and please follow my lead. Sat, Nam, 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 Sat, Nam. Inhale deeply. Apply root lock, squeezing the muscles of the pelvic floor, pulling the navel point in. Suspend the breath. Exhale, gently relax your arms down through your auric field. Just take a moment if you'd like to stretch your legs out or shake them out a bit if need be. Now, through this exercise, we're working on releasing some of the sexual energy and also at the Manipura, the third chakra. Moving that energy, freeing it up. And we'll do another round for good measure. Releasing stored energy at the navel point. It can be a powerhouse of energy. Okay, coming back into your position, and we'll do another round of Sat Kriya. And let's begin. Sat, Nam, 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 Sat, Sat, Nam, 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 Sat, Nam. Inhale deeply. Apply root lock. And squeeze the energy from the base of the spine to the crown. Exhale and relax. Sat Nam, truth is my identity. I vibrate with truth, or I seek to. My intention is to vibrate with the frequency of truth. And before we start the next exercise, we'll just take a moment. If you want to Stretch out into baby pose. So next we will do 26 rounds of frog pose. So the heels remain up through the exercise. And this is the obviously down position. And we will inhale up, keeping the heels off the ground, and then exhale back down into this position. If you have problems with your knees, hips, or if this is just not going to work for you, you can just go down part way. So you can either just modify as you need to. Otherwise, let's begin. Use the breath inhaling up. When you're finished, just simply hang over like a rag doll. I'll give you time to finish your full 26. Okay, looks like everybody's finished. And now we'll come into rock pose once again for neck turns. This is going to open up the thyroid and the parathyroid. But unlike some kriyas, we are not going to reverse directions. We're simply going to inhale left and exhale right. Slow, deliberate, inhaling left, exhaling right. You may want to vibrate the mantra Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale, silent to yourself. Also, if rock pose is difficult for you, you may want to invest in a yoga bench that takes the pressure totally off. Or maybe you have a bench around the house, but sometimes that could be very helpful. It takes the pressure off the hips, takes the pressure off the knees. Inhale and come into easy pose for spinal bend. Okay, so hands on the shoulders, thumbs in back, fingers in front. Inhale to the left and exhale to the right in one nice sweep. This simple exercise distributes the energy throughout the body that we've been working on building through this Kriya, and it also strengthens the magnetic field or the auric field. And inhale, bringing the hands back into Gyan Mudra, onto the knees, with the eyes closed, with a normal breath, maintaining an inward focus. And now slowly make your way onto the mat, lying down for deep relaxation. And allow this flow, this simple posture, coming into Shavasana, lying down. Allow it to be self-healing. Just follow my voice. I will remain seated and guide you. Finding a comfortable position. Arms are out to the sides, palms are facing up. The legs may be supported with a pillow, bolster. Legs slightly apart. And begin to just gently follow your breath. Inhaling, gentle exhale. Watching the breath coming in and the breath going out. Allow any stresses to dissolve. Allow the muscles of your face to soften. The jaw relaxes. The throat softens. The shoulders release. The chest relaxes. The belly softens. The hips release their holding. The legs grow heavy. The entire body settles into the earth. Feel the support beneath you. You are being held. Imagine now that you are standing at dawn on the morning of the summer solstice. The world is quiet, still, expectant. The horizon glows with the first hint of light. You stand between night and day, between darkness and illumination, between what has been and what is becoming. Slowly, the sun begins to rise, gradually, peacefully. The light spreads across the landscape, touching trees, fields, water, mountains. Everything it shines upon becomes visible. Now imagine that this rising sun is not outside you. It is within you, at the center of your chest, behind the heart, a quiet golden radiance, steady, warm, gentle, ancient. A light that has been present through every season of your life. Through joy, through sorrow, through certainty, through confusion, through beginnings, through endings, always present. Allow yourself to rest in the presence of this inner light. There is nothing to achieve, nothing to prove, nothing to become. Simply rest and heal. The light grows slightly brighter. It is not overwhelming. It is not demanding. It is simply illuminating. As it expands, it fills your chest, the shoulders, the arms, the abdomen, the legs, the entire body. Every cell bathed in a warm golden radiance. As we stand at the solstice, we remember that even the longest day contains the seed of night, and every night contains the promise of dawn. Rest in the rhythm, rest in the mystery, rest in the light that remains even when unseen. Now rest quietly in the radiance of the inner sun. And slowly begin to deepen your breath. Making small circles with your wrists and ankles. Stretching your arms out over your head. Elongate your spine. Arms out to the sides, bringing one knee across the body while turning your head the opposite direction in cat stretch. Breathing deeply into the stretch. And switch positions. Switch sides. And then rub your palms of the hands and soles of the feet. Grabbing hold of the ankles. Come rolling up into easy pose for our meditation. Meditation to unlock joy. Many traditions teach that joy is not something we acquire. It is something that naturally emerges when we become aligned with our deeper nature. Having just connected with our inner sun, we now enter a meditation to unlock the natural joy that resides beneath the surface, beneath the fears, the tensions, the contractions. The mantra, there is a beautiful mantra which we're going to chant out loud. Har Hare Hari, Wa He Guru. I will have music on so that you can chant along with the music. And there is a mudra position. So Har, the hands are in Gyan mudra, thumb and index finger touching throughout the whole meditation. Har, Hari, Hara. Wa He Guru. So it's out and then down in front, so the palms are facing down, and then up. And I'll put the music on. and we will spring into joy. Okay. Allow the eyes to remain closed and just be with that, what I thought was a fun meditation, bringing joy. Hara, it's the creative, it's an aspect of the divine that is something that we can sense and feel. And then Waheguru is an expression of ultimate joy. And now let's prepare to close this sacred circle and our practice with a long sat and a short nam. Placing your hands at the heart center, inhale deeply, exhale, and inhale to close. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Happy solstice. Happy Father's Day. And have a beautiful and joyful rest of your day. Sat Nam.